the country's on a journey where over time, as you become self-sustaining at the macro level, and it's very difficult, so don't misunderstand me, until you free up the long-term savings, which is sitting in insurance and in pension. So there you go, the project borrows, but you don't have the long-term financing. You can't do it because your average duration probably is 3 years. We can't do it because we are 5-year kind of guys. Okay, he's got mutual funds which are open-ended. So I mean, you don't have any long-term savings. So I just put a framework to what he was saying, is that I think there's a macro issue here. Until that gets over time resolved, it doesn't happen that easily, frankly.
Actually, I have a slightly controversial point that I want to add out here.
I was going to make it more controversial. Thanks for intervening.
I think we, in the financial sector, we have obviously all these answers and all, but I think one of the larger problems we have is the cost of intermediation in India is still very high. I think we have a lot of savings, we have a lot of investment opportunities, but the cost of converting those savings into investments, the intermediation cost in India in financial sector is ranging anywhere between 3 to 5 percentage points. Historically, this 3 to 5 was okay when interest rates were 14-15%, inflation was 12-13%. Now that we are at a 5-6% inflation range, intermediation costs have to come down. So whether it's mutual funds, insurance companies, banks, so even the NPA crisis that we are seeing, we should see it in terms of intermediation cost. Because ultimately the credit cost is an intermediation cost. You add it up. So we are actually a very inefficient financial sector. So to even your earlier question, if we go from a single lane to a multi-lane, along with that we also have to make the cars that go on that road a lot more efficient. We need to be fuel efficient. I think fortunately with technology and scale, because now the financial sector is getting scale, it should be easier, but I don't think we should lose sight of that there is a need to rapidly bring down intermediation costs, whether it is through a lot more risk-based pricing, more efficient allocation of capital, use of technology. But unless we do that, I think all things savings will still be slightly inefficiently invested.